Good morning, weekenders. We have a new mic lapel. You probably saw it in one of our other videos, but we're doing some testing here. I've got our big box fan, and it is on low currently, and we're trying to see what kind of noise the wind muff actually breaks up. Here, once I get down here in front of it, can you guys hear me okay? Or is the fan blowing you out? That's the test. We want to provide the best videos that we can for you, and sometimes we got to do it on a budget. I'll leave the product information in the description below. These mics are made by a company called Boya, and they're a relatively cheap mic. And what I noticed on the first video that we did with just the foam toppers on it, that it did pretty good, but there was still quite a bit of wind noise. But there was also quite a bit of static out of the second mic. So right now I'm only working one mic. So take that for the grain of salt that it is. But now I'm going to turn the fan on high and see how much does the air movement get muffled. I mean, you're still going to hear the hum from the fan, I'm sure, but let's see what this reduction is. All right. I'm very, very curious as to what the audio quality it is being directly in front of the fan. Being directly in front of the fan, I'm curious as to how well the audio is. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and unfortunately, we didn't make any plans. One of the things that I thought about doing, since we didn't have any plans, was making some improvements to the shower back here. One of our complaints that we have is we do not have enough shoulder room. Shower curtain wants to stick to you, and it's hard to turn around in there because you're just dragging the curtain every which way. And then we really would like a little bit more water pressure. So let's take a look at the two things that we got to improve on those two issues. So you can see we got the Oxygenics. We got the Oxygenics shower head that will improve our pressure, and it will also supposedly make your tanks last longer with taking showers. And then we got this extend a shower curtain rod, which folds out and then folds in when you're not using it to try to give us a little bit more room in the shower. So today, that's what we're going to work on. Here's our current shower curtain, just a straight rod, and then just a standard RV shower head. So what I'm going to do is turn on the shower head so you can see how much water pressure that we get out of the shower head currently. That is our current water pressure. Currently, it's not bad, but let's see if we can improve that. Okay, I've opened everything up. So this is what we're going to get. You get a hose, you get a new hanger, and it looks like it comes with the 3M strips to secure it, plus a screw, or a couple screws it looks like, to attach it to the wall. Your shut-off valve for the shower head. And instructions, and it looks like some kind of plumber's tape. And then the shower head. We chose to go with the white one because all of our interior is currently white and all of our fixtures are currently white. So we're just kind of keeping the existing theme. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove the shower curtain and shower curtain rod, since we're going to be updating those. So let's get those out of here first. Good thing is I didn't strip out the screws. which means we can reuse these. We know that they're the proper length because they're not protruding from the outside. So we can reuse these to ensure that we're not going to poke through. Got the shower curtain down. Now I'm going to just start disconnecting the shower head. And just like that, it's off. So what I'm going to do now is connect the shutoff valve to the shower head. And this is where we're going to use some of the plumber's tape just to ensure that we have a good seal. Right now, just trying to make sure that I'm not getting it in the opening to block water. And there we have the finished piece. So you got a shutoff valve here and here as well. So there's actually two of them on this particular model. I'm going to take some of this plumber's tape and put it to this end. All right, we're now going to screw this into the hose. So we have an option here to run the hose through. From my experience, it's kind of a pain in the rear. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove it. Maybe these screws are not, they're kind of partially stripped. So now I've got the hose holder out. I'm going to remove the shower head holder. Okay, that has been removed. Now I am going to mount their holder. So their screws are much longer. So we'll see how that goes. I used a 3M tape. It had three little pieces that you could utilize. I just kind of made a little pyramid out of them. And I'm going to reuse the top hole for the center hole here, and then I'll have to create a new one down here. Now it's time to put the screws in. This is where I wish I had brought my batteries, but someone left them at home. So I'm having to do this all manually, and it is kind of hard to push through that. All right, I've got that on. The reason why I chose to do both methods, it's an RV, it's bouncing down the road. I'm not quite sure if the tape would have held it. So I used the tape to get it affixed, and then use the screws to hold it permanently. Now, you just got to attach this. And there you have it. Why didn't you guys tell me that I put the original shower head back on? You guys let me put the original back on. This is the one I was supposed to put on it. You guys are supposed to be helping me out here. Now it's done. Once we get the shower curtain up, I will do a test to see what kind of difference the water pressure makes. Okay, for the shower rod, we just got a, I'm going to call it a cheaper brand, another Amazon brand. It's called Extend a Shower. And as you can see, it'll extend out or fold in when not being used. So supposedly this one fits the 35 to 42 inch shower space. So we'll see if that will work. Okay, at first glance, I've got everything unpackaged now. And at first glance, it's metal. So I'm seeing some pretty good quality. And we'll see how it looks once we get it up there. So now we're going to install the ends of the shower rod. I'm going to try to put them up as close as I can to this stripping here. That way it will help keep everything level. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is get this other end connected. I'm kind of using the guide from the old rod as where to put it. Woo! That was a close one. That was a close one, fellers. Woo! Boy, almost lost that one down the drain. All right, let's go ahead and get the bottom screw started. What am I going to learn? Don't do it that way. Now we just got to connect the middle bar. Just 2 screws on each end. Be honest with you, I would like to see thumb screws in this particular instance, just for adjustment purposes. It's easy to adjust it. I'm going to keep the screws down. Keep the screws down in this instance. That way, I'm going to keep the screws down in this instance. That way it's easier for us to maintain and adjust. Okay, that side's on. Everything moves good. I hit this real quick. Wish I'd have done the top just to tighten it down. There is a screw up there, but it should be good. All right, so we're going to get this side now. Let's get this screw backed out just a little bit. Old man arm's getting tired. I'm going to get this screwed into place. Perfect. Here is the finished product with the Oxygenics shower head. Now let's turn the water on and see what kind of pressure we've got. Okay, we got a straight stream. Might help if we turn on the water pump. Definitely looks to be a lot more powerful. Definitely giving us a lot more water pressure. Not bad. Not bad. With these two simple modifications, it'll make shower time much easier. As I alluded to in the beginning of the video, I told you we were looking at doing a third improvement to the camper. Right now, our refrigerator only runs on shore power. So we're hoping that this little boy, shouldn't even say little, this thing's hefty. Let me tell you what, he's hefty. It's a 12 volt, 1200 watt inverter. Now, most full-timers will go with a 24 volt or 48 volt, especially if they're powering the whole rig. There's only one appliance that I'm looking to power with this inverter, and that is the refrigerator. And once I see what kind of power is being pulled, I might actually install another outlet out here. Now that we have all those updates finished, still got some game planning to do for our inverter. We still have a few weeks yet before we go to Rocky Fork State Park. So that's going to be our next trip. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this channel. And if you hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when we release the video for Rocky Fork. Again, thank you for joining us, and you have a great weekend.